Hi.
We're back for part 2 of our Washington House stay.
It's so cold.
Yeah, it's very cold. It was cold the last time we were here. But we have dinner reservations, so we're going to go eat, and then we have our Queen Deluxe room that we got for free.
So exciting.
So our first video, we're going to link below because I had a little bit more history of the Washington House. We'll do a room review and have some fun. I know you have short rib on the brain for a menu item, but I haven't even actually looked at the menu. I'm just going to leave it up to spontaneous decision for one time because I had the filet. I had the filet twice in a row, so I'm definitely not getting the filet again. So I'm gonna try something new.
Well, I'm getting a Riesling.
Did you even decide?
No, because I'm waiting to hear the specials.
Appetizer?
I'm waiting to hear those specials too, because I think the last time I got Lobster Bisque was a
Oh, was that special? Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to wait and see what the specials are.
What is this? New England clam chowder?
And then
I wonder what's that crumbles
bacon.
on top. Like fine bacon?
Yep.
And then the
broccoli cheddar.
Which is the special.
Smells amazing. You should smell that. I'm not going to share this.
There's the short rib. You're on a short rib kick everywhere you go.
I love short rib. It's delicious. However, this is like a little bit differently presented.
Yes.
It's usually like
it's
on a
like
mash.
a stew looking.
Yeah, and it's usually got a gravy on it, and it doesn't. So I'm curious.
We're gonna see what it tastes like. And I just got the burger. I think it was like Butcher's
Choice burger.
Something.
Vermont cheddar.
Lettuce, tomato, onion. I'm a burger guy, and I
It
feel
looks
like having a
delicious.
burger.
You got a little cauliflower over here, just for the health of it.
That's the peanut butter cheesecake.
And it's got peanut brittle.
And there is like a Concord grape glaze.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what that is.
I thought it was gonna be on top. I'm glad it's not.
Yeah.
You can just choose to dip it if you want.
Yeah.
And then this is the Hummingbird Cake again, because that was excellent. And we just had to get it.
Let's try it. I am going to dip it in a little bit of the sauce. Oh.
Oh, good or oh, surprisingly weird?
Oh. It's good. But it's not like this strong peanut butter flavor. It's kind of like
cheesecake.
No, it's like it's something, and it's creamy, much more fluffier and airier than a dense cheesecake. But it's something.
It is too cold for Colleen, but I'm gonna start outside to do the walkthrough because. Why not? So when you come into the main entrance here, the front doors, there's a little vestibule, but straight ahead is the restaurant, and the host is right there on the right-hand side when you walk in. But when you check into the hotel, you see the host of the restaurant, and they will check you into the hotel. And as you turn to the right, this is the main door to the hotel, and you do need a room key to access from this point on. And it's been very quiet. We already went to the room and put our stuff away, but we have not seen anyone else in this area yet. There is a live show at Sellersville Theater, so we're assuming that's where everybody is. I would assume most people who stay in this hotel are here to see the show, spend the night, and then travel back to wherever they came from. So there is a display here of Washington House items, and they're for sale, of course. So coffee mugs, pint glasses, wine glasses, corkscrews, and you can buy your beverages as well. Jewelry, the robes are even for sale. If you'd like a robe, it's $75. and there is a accessible elevator here. So we're assuming that is a public computer because no one really sits here, but there is a computer here for guests to use. And then as you turn this way, this is the hotel lobby. So it's very cool. Oh, who's here?
You found me again. I'm loving the details.
I did start outside, so I explained how you didn't like the cold.
Nope, I don't.
But this caught my eye. These chandeliers are awesome.
Well, I think they're sconces. That's.
Oh yeah, sconces.
But they are really cool. I wish this fireplace was on.
You could probably ask. I'm sure they would. Or did you check the drawers?
No.
It's probably a remote operation. But yeah, we could sit here. I guess we'll do our dinner review right here.
Yeah.
But there's candies and I guess the cups in case you need an extra cup.
I would assume at some point they should have.
Well, there's one random bottle of water, but it's not even have a label on it.
I don't know if
Maybe somebody just forgot it.
I like that they have books over there, like the paintings. Like
Yep. And there was an old Sellersville Herald newspaper here. So they have a lot of historical, obviously, decorations and pictures and things like that all around.
Pictures. Like, it's just so beautiful.
So there is a upper floor with some rooms, and there are signs around that say all that as you enter each area. But there is decor kind of hidden all over too. There's plates here along the stairwell, and I like this brick wall. If you go around the corner, it continues around. So I'm assuming this was like the old exterior wall before an addition. Yes, because that's like the underside of a roof right there, up above in the ceiling. That's awesome. So at the bottom of the steps here, if you keep going this way, this is the way to our room. And it's just hallways of rooms that way. Room 6. And now we're ready for our obligatory room tour. Oh my gosh, there's a bed.
A chair.
It's a deluxe queen bed. 2 nightstands with outlets. 1 chair for 2 of us.
But the chair is actually very comfortable.
So you're sleeping there and I'm sleeping on the bed?
No.
TV? Oh my gosh, there's a TV. This is cool though.
That is so cool.
If you listen closely, something's running. And that's how I knew it was a hidden fridge. So yes, that is cool.
They have a lot of little details, like in the closet, a full-length mirror.
Oh yes, closet. I mean, it's the obligatory amenities.
They even have a shower chair.
Ironing board. Well, we found out this must be an accessible room because the shower, the bathrooms are very nice. All of these rooms were renovated in 2016, I said in a previous video, but it is nice tile floors and showers, but it's an accessible shower, and I don't know if they're all accessible or we just happen to get the luck of the draw, or since it was free they were like, give them the accessible shower. You do not want to take their robes unless you want a $75 robe. You can use the robes, but if you take it, they charge the room $75. I mean, it's nice, and it has the W emblem. It's actually got like sparkly thread in there.
Oh, really?
But
Definitely
I do not need a $75 robe.
No.
It does have 2 of them, so if we have time for showers in the morning.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so it's sparkle.
Yeah.
But they even have a toilet in this room. But yeah, there's the details.
I love that lamp.
That lamp is awesome.
The
And
chandelier
over here,
especially.
this picture, so I don't think I said it in the other video, but during the time of prohibition, they illegally were still serving alcohol. They had like an underground thing going on, and the local sheriff got a group of guys together and they actually tore the bar out and threw it out in the street So then I saw this picture, and I don't know if this is an actual picture of the Washington House bar being torn out, or they just found a picture randomly, but I thought it was neat that they have that in this room to kind of show the history of that. But they're actually tearing out the bar with sledgehammers and pry bars, and then it was all for naught because everyone's drinking alcohol still. Way to go, government. So we're in the middle of Sellersville. That right there is the Sellersville post office. That's, I mean, I've been in there, and that's also a historical building. Obviously, when you go inside and look at how that decor is too, but
I think it's really beautiful in here. The
yes.
details, like that bed, is amazing.
Hopefully, it's comfortable.
I really hope so.
And it's legit wallpaper. You can see the scenes here.
To keep with that antique feel, it's just such a beautiful, like the coloring and the textures and stuff in the fabric. It's just beautiful.
Yep, but that's it. Deluxe queen bed, deluxe queen room, and it can't be the year 2022 without hand sanitizer in your room. Is it the foam?
I think you have to push it.
It's not even on that.
Is it foam?
It's foam.
Oh yeah, foam's the best. So we're gonna have brunch here. So if you stay here, you can get a brunch voucher for I think it's $20. But
Yes. Yeah, it's $20 each.
Melody has basketball tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
we
had
did
to
have
cancel it.
reservations, canceled our reservations, so we could
Go to
get the
basketball.
basketball.
But when you come in, you get this complimentary breakfast. It's a good selection. Now you can do hot editions for an additional $5, and like little mimosas and Bloody Marys, which we won't do. But I don't know if we're gonna do that. But I mean,
Yeah,
there's
it comes
enough
with these
here.
items here. It's like continental breakfast, but
And then you can just say what time you'd
pick
like your
time.
breakfast.
You slide this under the door when you go to bed, and then they pick it up sometime at night, and then whatever time you asked for it, it's at your room in the morning, and that's complimentary with the stay.
Oh wait, your breakfast will be ready at a booth in our bar at the time you choose. So we have to go downstairs to get it,
I thought it came to the room.
which isn't
we'll
bad,
find out.
but we'll find out tomorrow morning. And then you just put how many each. So we'll have 4 coffees, and that's what I want. Coffee, although they do have like
Those
house-made
Greek yogurts.
granola, boiled eggs. I'd be curious to see their Belgian waffle. I'm not sure if I've never had a mushroom and leek quiche. I love quiche, but
And
that's
I'm
different.
not eating breakfast right now, so
Yeah.
I will not know either. I'll just take 4 coffees as well.
Dinner? Are we doing that first?
Yes.
I love the Washington House. I've always enjoyed every single meal. And not that I didn't enjoy this meal, but I was so looking forward to the short ribs. And if you've watched our videos, you know it's one of my favorite things to get out. So I'm now making a list of everywhere I get short ribs and where it ranks in the short list.
And unfortunately, this is the lowest so far.
I didn't even, like, I ate it, like, as much as I could eat, but it wasn't enjoyable. I just didn't want, it's not that it was horrible, but it was not for me. It was dry. They didn't have, so short ribs usually have this, it's moist and this gravy that's delicious, and it just, it was dry.
Yeah.
It didn't have a gravy.
There
It
was
was
no
like
seasoning on the meat,
none.
but there was something hot, spicy hot.
In the broth, it was like a brown broth, but not creamy, like a gravy. It was just a brown, maybe beef broth.
Yeah, just
with
broth.
Potatoes and things, but
I think they just mixed up seasonings, because I know somebody who had the short ribs here before, and they loved them, and they didn't say anything about spicy, like heat. So I think they mistakenly put the wrong seasoning on.
Spicy.
Yep.
And what shocked me about that was typically, like with spicy foods, like you usually have like the little disclaimer, asterisk, something, because I know like if you're not a spicy food person, they would have hated that because it had a kick to it, and I like
short ribs
spicy.
typically aren't. That's the thing.
No, it's like the savory dish typically. Like they're usually so good. So I was not a fan.
I just think it was a mistake.
Yeah, not a fan of
Somebody
it.
put the wrong seasoning on. Yep.
Which is okay because I got soup beforehand and the soup was delicious. Their special was broccoli cheddar.
Broccoli cheddar was very good.
Oh wow, that was fantastic. And your New
The
England.
New England clam chowder was different.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's different styles of every soup. This one, I mean, it was good. It was a little over salted. There was a seasoning in there that we couldn't pinpoint.
I still keep thinking.
It kind of like took over the flavor. So you didn't really, there was no potato. It was literally just like clams and onions.
The thing with the soup was his clam chowder. It was a good clam chowder.
Yeah.
It
I
wasn't.
ate it all. I still ate it all.
It was still a very good. It was just a completely different taste of a clam chowder that were like. Shout out to my mother-in-law Nancy. She makes the best clam chowder.
Chunks of potatoes, bacon. You know, there's
just her flavoring, and it's not too thick.
It's
it
not
is
too thick.
hands down. Like she needs to, like sell it. It's excellent. So it's not that this clam chowder was bad. It was just different, but it did have good flavor.
Different than what we're used to.
Yeah. And the cream of broccoli cheddar was delicious. But the short ribs.
And I got the burger. I always get my burgers medium rare, but this was like leaning more towards rare.
It wasn't leaning.
There was certain parts of it that the texture, you know, it was, you were eating raw meat, which I'm fine. I still ate it. I'm still fine with that too. But
we'll see how he is later.
The burger, you know, the beef wasn't seasoned. It was a cheddar burger with just lettuce, tomato, onion. There was no like aioli on it. There was no. It comes with a little.
It wasn't
dish of
anything
ketchup.
special.
Yeah,
I've had better
French
burgers.
Fries were good
at Red Robin.
Yes. Well, yeah. That's their niche is burgers.
My dad does.
I mean, I make my own at home better than here. So,
but the French fries, delicious.
Yeah, I mean, the burger was just a regular burger, I think. I mean, and that was.
Yeah.
I remember the cost, like $11 or
$13.
$13. The peanut butter cheesecake needed a little more peanut butter flavor.
Yes.
Like you had struggled with the first bite. Which was filmed, but and it was very loud in there again, and it's a very tight restaurant, so I don't like filming that close to people, and you pick people up in the background, and you know it's just awkward for people to be eating and then have people waving cameras around. So I didn't record much in there, but I did record your first reaction to that, which was skeptical.
It wasn't like it was bad. It just was. I guess I was thinking like you know how cheesecake's typically dense and cheesy and rich, and I guess I was expecting that with the a strong peanut butter flavor, and not that this was bad at all because it was like a lighter whipped type.
It wasn't a heavy cheesecake.
Not heavy, which I actually appreciated more than the typical dense ones. It's just I thought it'd have a stronger peanut butter taste, not as light as it was, but it was still good.
Yep, I liked it. And then, of course, we got the Hummingbird Cake again, which we had gotten before.
That's just good.
So we knew that was good, and, you know, it
delicious.
Still is good. Yes. And, of course, I got the caramel coffee, too. They have flavored coffees here, which, you know, I don't know how new that is, but they didn't always have that. But their caramel coffee is really good with just a little whipped cream on top.
I kind of wish I had a coffee now. It's like
this
that.
shows the
little,
kind of a map.
It's going to curve.
Yeah, the directions. There's 11 rooms, so this is showing you where the direction of the rooms are. They do have, I do like the branding. Like, this is just a silhouette of the Washington House on that sign.
Oh, yeah,
but then there's like the W on pretty much everything.
We actually walked in and it was pretty chilly in here. Now we all know I get cold.
It's cooler in the hallway for sure.
I think it's warmer in the hallway, don't you think?
Well, I mean, noticeably from the restaurant to the hallway.
Oh yeah, it's much cooler. But then I walked in here and it's like it's chilly in our room, so I was looking for a heater or a thermostat. Oh, there's a thermostat. Because you don't have one of those big hotel heaters.
Hidden.
So 68.
So they must have. Whoa! What are we doing?
Nope.
We keep our house at 69.
I would turn it up to 70.
But they must have individual HVAC units, like in the walls or somewhere.
Yeah, because they don't have the typical, like, you know, when it's over by the window.
Yeah, there's no P-TAC. So here's an example of the branding of this W. It's even on the phone, the key card. What is that thing called? Coaster.
Coaster.
And even this sign, door hanger, Do not disturb and tidy my room. Okay, you ready for a game?
Yes.
It's not a legitimate game.
It's
We
just a
made it
made-up
up.
game.
There's a folder over there with some info on top of the fridge. And there's 10 reasons to stay at the Washington House. You have to guess all 10.
All 10?
Go.
Okay, so I'm gonna think of it as like brochure friendly. So one would be staying in the charming town of Sellersville with little shops that they can go browse around.
Some of these are redundant.
Is that one of them?
Those.
Okay.
Nothing at all talks about the stores around here.
Okay, so.
Or the small town of Sellersville.
Okay. Nix that.
I mean, if you think bigger than Sellersville, they name...
Bucks County?
Yes.
Okay.
1. Enjoying a visit to beautiful Bucks County.
Okay. Second, I would guess they say something about the Sellersville Theater, about like live entertainment or shows or something.
Yep. You are attending a show at ST 94, Sellersville Theater 94, and don't want to drive home.
All right. Third, they have to mention the Washington House restaurant with all the yummy food and the bar.
Kind of. Well, you don't sleep here to eat here.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's 10 things why to stay. Well, you have a restaurant and bar right downstairs.
they mention food.
Like complimentary
They don't even
breakfast?
name the bar or the restaurant.
Okay, that's
But
weird.
there's something relating to food that is listed as to why you may need an overnight stay.
Would it be the breakfast?
No.
Relating to food, why you might need an overnight stay.
And it may be something you're not aware of. I guess they do for business meetings. They do like large group meals.
So like a conference or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just gave that one away. This was a business hosting a company retreat.
Okay.
But I was referring to like a rehearsal dinner
Oh, okay.
with out-of-town guests.
Okay. So what's that, number 4?
Yes, that's 4 out of 10.
Oh, wow, there's 6 more?
One is a landmark in the area that we don't see it as a landmark because it's like in our backyard and there's better options. But it lists it because it's like right down the street.
Like one of the lakes?
No, it's
Okay.
healthcare.
Not Grandview.
Mhm.
What?
It says if you're like from out of town visiting someone at Grandview Hospital. So there's a hospital right, walking distance. You can walk there from here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, there's no sidewalks to get there. But yeah, okay, so that I did not expect on that list.
So that's 5.
Well, there must be some funky ones because Grandview
It's
is
redundant.
not. So okay, so business luncheons, theater.
Okay,
You
so
want to walk around
hint will
town,
be, I mean, one of them is what we're doing.
just staying the night for a night.
Date
away.
night.
Oh,
Date night close to home.
Yeah, that is true. We're
I
very
mean,
close to
we
home.
wouldn't pay to stay here.
No,
But
not
it
that
is
price.
free.
But it is beautiful if you want to
Yes.
pay.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's cheaper hotels driving distance, but we wouldn't even stay there because, I don't know, why would you pay to stay in a hotel when you live nearby? If you have out of town guests
Oh,
and
okay.
you can't accommodate them at your house.
I could see that. There are several
If
churches
you are
in the
in
area.
a wedding locally.
That's what I was
You
saying.
just
There's
stay.
a lot of churches
Yep.
in this area. A lot, actually. Now that
So along the lines of out of town guests, it literally has the same wording, but it has to do with business.
So like out of town, like executives.
Yeah.
Okay.
If your business is entertaining out of town clients.
Okay. These are funny things for 10 reasons.
If your business is interviewing prospective employees who are from out of town.
I mean, I feel like they're really stretching on this list.
But there's your 10 reasons to stay here.
I would
And I
have
do
made them
like this
a bit
card.
different.
It's like 3-dimensional, like the cutout of the shape of the building. They do have the rest of the ramen bar info in there.
I don't understand on those 10 things how they couldn't mention like eating in like their historic restaurant.
So, so it used to be a continental breakfast downstairs. Probably because of the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
They made this option where you choose your food and they serve you at a table, so you're not all touching all the plates and food. You know, they got rid of like buffets and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of places that will never bring buffets back. Or salad bars, like in diners, they close salad bars and they'll never bring them back.
So this is interesting. So we want a free night in the Deluxe Queen, but it says one Superior Queen room, ADA accessible. So I wonder if we had the Superior Queen, because that is definitely handicap accessible.
Yeah. So it's probably the bigger of the queens.
Yes,
because you need enough space for a wheelchair to get around.
Yeah.
So
True.
it's probably more roomy.
Because there's the Petite Queen to Superior Queen to Deluxe Queen, Queen, King, Tower.
Oh, so maybe this is the same size as a Deluxe Queen, it's just accessible.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one of them?
Yes, just one. So, and I mean, it even has a handicap.
Yeah, I mean, legitimately, they were probably booked for tonight on the other queens.
Yeah.
And just gave us the accessible.
So that's
because it's
interesting, because I was wondering if all the rooms were handicap accessible. So I'm surprised it's just one.
They asked if we eat down here. We were going to eat in the room, but I don't think the muffins came out yet. What is this? Just granola?
So that's house-made granola and
eggs.
Greek yogurt. I got us a hard-boiled egg, which I guess I'm just going to eat breakfast this morning. I'm fine with it because we'll be at basketball during lunch. So these are, I was curious about the fruit preserves, if it was like homemade, because they were making everything else homemade. It's a really good bit.
Are they homemade blueberries?
Let me taste.
Looks like a chocolate chip muffin and a scone, house made.
Yep. I did ask for caramel on the side. It wasn't an option, but I knew they made caramel coffees. So I asked for that on the side.
So we'll talk about the bed. I tossed and turned all night. I'm not sore, so I guess the bed's comfortable.
Yeah, I'm not sore, but I toss and turn
the first night of every stay is a bad sleep. There was different noises. This fridge is really loud. This fake fridge.
The light from the hallway, we have like this little decorative throw or something at the end, so I had to like put it up against the door.
Yeah, there's a big gap in the bottom of the door.
Yeah, so I finally
got
got
a
up
lot of
and
light
did
in, because they don't turn the lights off in the hallway. And then the curtains, there's a lot of light at the top, because there's street lights out there. So like, I don't know, we're just used to total darkness.
Yeah, I like pitch black when I sleep, so it might not bother a lot of people.
And there was the room next to us, room 5, were obviously at the show because it was after 10. So we went to sleep because we're old before 10. And I remember dozing off.
Midnight though.
I don't know what time.
I remember looking at the clock thinking, "Oh my word, they're so."
Yeah, I remember
loud.
dozing off, and the doors slam. The hotel room doors slam like ours does. So I intentionally help it closed, but they're slam. I remember laughing and talking and slamming. Yes.
It's like night.
And then there were some loud vehicles. I remember dozing off and then waking up from like a loud car out on the street. But we're in the middle of a town, so people are out doing things. And the breakfast was good.
Yeah,
I mean, they did have some hot options that we didn't choose, like a quiche and something else for extra money that's not included in the room stay.
Belgian waffle.
They're also, if nothing suits your fancy here, across the street is Stella's Cafe, which has good food. I've never eaten there, but I've only heard good things.
It's very good.
There's a cafe right across the street where you could grab breakfast or something.
And the brunch here. Like you do have brunch.
Oh yeah, there's a brunch option, but it's not till noon. So which is weird because you have to check out at 11, and brunch doesn't start till noon. So
Well,
what do you
there was
do?
2 little shops that have recently opened in Sellersville that I wanted to check out yesterday before we checked in, just to show them in the video. One's called, I believe, Kaleidoscopes, and there's a bookstore that just opened, which I'm actually kind of shocked that a bookstore opened, because as much as we like to read and my son likes to read, I didn't realize people read that much that a bookstore could survive
Going to a
now.
bookstore. Yeah.
Because everything's Kindles and stuff like that.
Maybe it's a front for laundering money.
But maybe they're open. I don't know. So I wanted to throw those in the video.
But
I look
we're
like
not.
poop, so I'm not going anywhere but home.
So yeah, we're checking out. But all in all, it was a good stay. I mean, the total price, which again, this was free. We won this, so. But the total price with tax and stuff was like $240, and this is for the Queen Deluxe room. So I'm sure it's cheaper for other rooms, or more expensive for bigger suites. But that's pricey for us. I try to stay around the $100 a night mark. If we splurge, it's $125 at like a Hampton Inn. But you do get the free, hot breakfast at a Hampton Inn. But they're super clean, nice rooms. The lobby, everything was really nice.
It's a really nice hotel. So if you want to splurge and spend the money on it, it's a very nice place to stay. I would recommend it.
Yeah, if you're staying in a historic, if you're into history and stuff like that too. So it is recommended, but you pay for it. I think our next thing with the historic eateries series that we're going to be doing is another local place in Sellersville, Fasaggio. So subscribe below to follow along, because we're going to be doing our series of historic eateries. And that place does have a lot of history. It used to be like an inn where people could stay too. But I don't think they have rooms available. It's just a restaurant. But
it's like a bar area on one side and a restaurant on the other.
And we've eaten there before, but not for quite a while. And I do remember the food always being excellent. So hopefully we get a good meal again. But until next time, last tag.